Dear students, again I have come to you with a new topic that I told you that we'll discuss Latin influence. But before I discuss Latin influence, let me say something about the borrowing. Why does a language borrow? Regarding this, Otto Jespersen, he has said that the tendency of a language to adopt words from other languages is due probably to a variety of causes. অ্যাকচুয়ালি একটা ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ যখন বড় করছে শব্দগুলোকে, সে শব্দ বড় করার কারণ কি? কারণ তার তো প্রয়োজন আছে বলে বড় করছে। তো কেন করে সেই জন্য Jespersen has given very vital things that he has mentioned 4 causes and which are basically important, and you have to keep in mind that because these are the things which you have to remember for your short questions also. Number one, number one is that inherent deficiency in the formative period of the language. That means the language, when language is formed, is, say for English was basically formed in the 6th century. So at the time is saying the inherent deficiency, that means deficiency at the inherent level, that means the initial level it was deficient. And if the language is deficient because the language was born out of the mixing of the tribal languages, Teutonic tribal languages, that means Germanic tribal languages, Anglo-Saxons and Jutes, the languages of these tribal communities. Then number 2 is linguistic laziness. If you are lazy, then you will not create anything new, you will try to borrow. Similarly, say that some languages are too much lazy, or some community, basically the language users, if they are lazy, then they will not create new words or generate new words or invent new words or discover new words or create new words. Instead they will borrow the words from the other languages. Number 3, historical movements. Suppose one movement takes place, and because of that you need so many words. Historical events also. For example, French influence. French language has gradually developed a lot because of the historical development, historical movements took place during the French Revolution. Similarly, industrial revolution, Silpo Biplab, it needed a huge number of words because of the scientific discovery, because of economic change, expansion, commercial expansion. Because of that, they needed words. And the 4th one is contact with many people. That means when the language people, the linguistic people, the linguistic community, when they come in contact with other languages, other linguistic communities, automatically they will borrow the words, they will take up the words from those languages. Suppose English took the words from the Indian languages, English borrowed the words from African languages, English not only borrowed the words from Latin also. This is a very interesting point. So these are the 4 main causes of causes behind the borrowing of words. Number 1, inherent deficiency in the formative period of the language, linguistic laziness, historical movements, and contact with many people. Now, okay, this is a point you have to remember. Now we'll go to Latin influence. See, before go to the Latin influence, you know that England was basically called Britain before the formation of the English language. You can say that up to 450 it was under British rules. It was under Roman rules. So with the Roman civilization, Britain people, that means Britons, had a contact with the Roman civilization. And that's why before the formation of the English language, Breton's language was basically the main language of Britain. And after that, English language, when it was formed out of the combination of the languages of the Anglo-Saxons and Jutes, and also the Aboriginal people, the Britons. So there are 4 tribal languages which are combined together or assimilated together for the formation of the English language by 550 onwards. Now it's very interesting point is that English language got influenced by the Latin language not only recent, is not a recent phenomenon. This actually started before the formation of the English language, because Britain, these forefathers, that means the English peoples, Britons were under the Roman civilization. So the point is that's why when you discuss Latin influence started even before the formation of the English language, and even up to the present time also in the 21st century we find that Latin is influencing all the languages, even English also. So we have to divide it into different phases. One phase is called pre-Christian period. That means before the Christianity of English society. That means English people are Christianized in 596. Before that, English got influenced by the Romans, and that means the Latin language. So now we find is that in the pre-Christian period, we are categorizing them into different categories on the basis of the professions or the other aspects. How was trade and commerce? Trade and commerce, trade related words like look at the point is that wine, W-I-N-E, wine is basically this is a word which is basically borrowed by the Britons during the Roman Empire, Roman rule, I can say. And then the word cheap, C-H-E-A-P, cheap is basically word which is basically initially it was coupon, C-A-U-P-O-N-E-S, coupons. Actually it means bargain, but gradually it underwent changes and it became C-H-E-A-P, cheap. In Old English period it was called, it was basically pronounced as Cepian, C-E-A-P-I-A-N. I told you that C become Old English C becomes CH in modern English. So cheap, wine, and these are inch, I-N-C-H, inch, mint, M-I-N-T, mint. All these are basically mint means taxal. So these are the words which are basically borrowed from Latin even before the Christianity in England. And words relating to war, look at the point, the camp, battle, these are the words which are borrowed from Latin by the English language. Street, even mile, M-I-L-E, mile, these are the words. And then words relating to domestic life, very interesting, it is very interesting. Look at this one, that cook, kitchen, cup, dish, chest, all these are basically kitchen words or the domestic life words, and these are actually borrowed from Latin. And these words existed in English language even in the Old English period and even before the Christianity. And then names of plants and fruits and food, you can say. Suppose pear, plum, pea, P-E-A-P, pepper, cheese, butter, all these words basically relating to food, plant and fruits. These words basically are found in English language even before the Christianity during the Old English period. Even before the Old English period, I can say that because the Old English period is called basically started after the 6th century. So up to this one phase is of only Latin influence is complete now. We have to stop here now, and then we will proceed to the next phase and sometime later.